unmute. Oh, there we go. What's up, people of YouTube? I'm Matthew, and you are watching the official Weather World channel. In today's very short but yet brief live stream, we are covering the severe weather outbreak that is going to be occurring around 4 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time today. Significant baseball-sized hail or greater. Significant tornado threat is possible through Oklahoma and through parts of eastern Texas and Arkansas today. So that's where we're going to be going over today. If you enjoy this live stream during any part of it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like I said, that is all endorsed. But anyways, without further ado, I'm going to actually make sure I record my screen so that you guys can see what the heck I'm talking about. And without further ado, let's get into this. I've actually made a personalized weather forecast thing. I tried to scan it through my printer, but it just wasn't responding, so I had to take a picture of it. Lower quality, I know, I'm sorry. It's literally right here. You know, guys probably can't, it's probably even worse on there, so I decided to just take a picture of it and do it there. That's just my preference. But anyways, we'll be explaining this in a second, but first, we're going to be basically going over what's happening right now. And yes, this is the stream background music that I used in today's live stream. I've used it in previous live streams, but yeah, I'm just going to get back to the stream, so if anyone's saying anything in chat, I can monitor that as we go along. So I'm just going to mute myself so you guys don't hear a weird echo on the live stream. So we actually want to just say straight up that we do have a tornado warning in southern Texas right now. Like I said, in this live stream, we're not going to be going over, you know, basically the current, you know, tornado warnings, you know, as much, you know, the current situation. We're going to be going over what's expected over the next few hours, you know, as we go throughout the afternoon and evening hours, as we're looking at Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and even some southeastern Kansas and southwestern Missouri are going to be our primary areas of focus in today's live stream. So anyways, like I said, we got a few viewers in here, so hello everyone that's just watching or has just joined. Hello, welcome to the stream. So like I said, I'm just going to refresh this. This is the weather.gov website, and it looks as if yes, like I said, we do have a current tornado warning. This is in southern Texas. There have been storms that have already fired, and for you guys that don't know, there's actually going to be, let's just see here if I can change the color. There's going to be a very, very powerful system extending along a cold front that's right about here. I think there's actually a dry line right down in Oklahoma and Texas right here. That's supposed to be orange, but like I said, along this this blue line is where a lot of these cells, a lot of these storms are going to be initiated. There is a moderate risk in Oklahoma, Texas, I think parts of Arkansas and Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken. So like I said, I think I saw someone that said they extended it. But anyway, like I said, we have a tornado warning that is in southern Texas. Let's just I'm going to show you guys a radar. This is the current radar in Louisiana and southeastern Texas, right near Alexandria, Natchez, Baton Rouge, and Beaumont, Texas. Again, Baton Rouge, all these places are in Louisiana, as you can see. This is Texas over to the left. You can see Lake Charles is about to get hit pretty good there. Like I said, there's no severe thunderstorm warnings yet with this specific squall, but that is what has formed so far. I really want to dive into my personal weather forecast that I've made. Again, it is lower quality, but it's the most I could possibly do here. For you guys that don't know, this is the issue. This is what the National Weather Service issued today in terms of the severe weather threat. We're going to change that back to black because that doesn't really work too well with the stream. So like I said, moderate risk extending through really large parts of Oklahoma and northeastern Texas. This is where you're going to see a lot of that more significant hail threat, the wind threat, and especially a tornado threat. A significant tornado threat has actually been hatched at about 10% chance, according to one of the models I was looking at about a half hour ago, right in east central Oklahoma. So that's going to be, I believe, just to the east of Oklahoma City and Norman, right in that area right there. And then even through portions of southeastern Texas or extreme eastern Texas is where we're seeing some more enhanced CAPE of about 4,000 joules per kilogram. I'm seeing a lot that are even peaking 4,000 joules per kilogram. A lot of values are exceeding that, especially in southeastern Texas. As I've looked at the models in the past half hour before I even started the stream. But like I said, this really indicates that the atmosphere is charged, primed, and ready for the severe weather outbreak that is expected for today. So like I said, going through the HER models, I'm just going to show you. This is at about 5 o'clock. This is about 5 o'clock, so about, yeah, 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Sorry. But like I said, you can just see all this enhanced CAPE right here. I'm going to show you guys some of these values. 4,800 joules per kilogram, sorry. 4,400 joules per kilogram. You can see, I think I just saw an area that's had 5,000. I'm not too sure if I read that the right way. Yep, 5,000. That is in extreme southern Texas. This is extremely charged. This atmosphere in southeastern Texas and extreme parts of Oklahoma, even up here, we're seeing values exceeding 3,500 joules per kilogram, which indicates very charged atmospheric conditions. A lot of that convection and a lot of vorticity and helicity is going to be helping produce a lot of powerful updrafts as well as downdrafts. A lot of straight line winds and a lot of that hail is going to be rising to the upper levels with a lot of these cells are going to be firing right along, the Missouri. I'm going to show you guys, again, where this is supposed to be initiating. Right along this black line right here is where these cells are going to be initiating. But a lot of powerful updrafts due to a lot of these, enhanced dew points and a lot of these convective lows are going to be aiding this development. But like I said, let's see what else we got. We went over this. You can see this is, the pressure counts. These are the isobar counts as of, I believe, right now. Here, I'm just going to refresh this because this may be slightly outdated. There we go. You can see 1,006, 1,010, 1,012. Again, this isn't really something to be too significantly worried about. You can see a lot of bulk shear in Louisiana and even in parts of northeastern Oklahoma. So, like I said, a lot of stuff going on here. Let's go to mixed layer CAPE. You can see a lot of CAPE go, got 500 in Arkansas. We got even some values exceeding 2,500 in southwestern Missouri, which does indicate, a lot more that unstable CAPE is actually located somewhat outside of the moderate risk zone. Not necessarily in Oklahoma as you would expect, but it definitely is there, and we definitely want to be careful about that. So, like I said, this is the area we're going to be focusing on right now. So, yeah, let's go to the helicity. You can see a lot of helicity is expected, especially, got values of 300, 200. This is in that same area. This is in the moderate zone. This is in the moderate risk zone. Like I said, I don't think there's any sort of tornado watches issued yet as of right now as I'm doing this stream. But, like I said, in the next hour or an hour and a half is when the first tornado watches and severe thunderstorm watches are going to start being issued in this particular area. So, like I said, here, let's just get rid of that because, that's personal stuff. Alright, guys, so I think it's time to go over the official weather forecast for, well, at least the personalized weather forecast that I've made. Again, it's very low quality, but I'm going to try my best to describe this as best as I can to you guys. Again, it's right here. It's not as good as quality. I'm sorry, I probably keep repeating myself. But anyway, so I'm just going to show you guys. This is what I came up with. I actually printed the same chart that I showed you guys from earlier. And I did a bit of analysis on it and as to where these storms are going to be firing and where the most significant threats are going to be located. I have a bunch of notes down here that I've made. Again, don't worry about if you can't read my handwriting. I will explain it as best as I possibly can. So, without further ado, let's go over these numbers. So you can see numbers 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're all over the place. These represent the times that the storms are going to be in these particular locations. And this is all in Central Daylight Time. So again, 4 would be 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time. 5 would be 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time. 6 would be 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and so on. And like I said, in these little areas is where I've done my analysis, and this is where I'm expecting these storms to start firing. In these little bubbles is where you know, relative to the time is where I'm expecting these storms to be at. So like I said, for example, at 5 o'clock, the cells are going to be here. 6 o'clock, the cells are going to be here and a little bit down here. 7 o'clock, you know, here, and a little bit down here. You can't really see it too well. But like I said, I hope you guys get the gist of it. So, like I said, we already have cells that have fired down in Louisiana, so kind of disregard this. I didn't see that until about a half hour ago. But like I said, about 3 o'clock, I want you guys to pay attention really, really closely. At about 3 o'clock, Central Daylight Time, so in about half hour, maybe a little over half hour from now, is when we're going to start seeing the Cape starting to burst right in north central Missouri, right around 3 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Again, I'm just going to emphasize this is all in daylight time. So, like I said, and then around 4 o'clock, we can expect some significant cells to start forming right here. Like I said, this is very hard to see, but right in this area, right in northeastern Oklahoma and southeastern Kansas is when we're going to be expecting some more cells to fire. So that's around 4 o'clock Central Daylight Time is when we're going to be seeing those first cells starting to fire. And like I said, I'll talk about what, you know, the blue circles mean and stuff in just a second, but I'm going to be going over the times first. So like I said, around 5 o'clock, it's going to be shifting further to the southeast, right into far eastern Oklahoma, eventually crossing into southwestern Missouri, and even parts of northwestern Arkansas. And then 6 o'clock, it's going to be moving even further to the southeast, moving into mainly Arkansas and extreme southeastern Oklahoma. 7 o'clock, it's going to start weakening just ever so slightly along this pressure, along this low pressure system. Again, it's going to start to break up slightly, but we're going to have a more condensed squall line running all the way from east central Missouri all the way down through east central Texas. And again, I'm going to explain the threats with these again in just a second, but this is just time and location that I'm covering first. So 8 o'clock, we're going to see, you know, even more condensed line of cells extending all the way from northern Louisiana all the way up through even portions of central Illinois. So this is going to be a very long convective squall line frontal system, I guess you could say in the best terms. So, and then 9 o'clock, it's going to be moving even further to the east, extending from northern Illinois right in this region, running all the way through Kentucky, Missouri, extreme southeastern portions of Missouri, and then Arkansas, and then Louisiana, Tennessee, and Mississippi. But I think by that time, a lot will have started to diminish slightly. And I just realized someone's in the other room. Anyway, that's okay. But like I said, the pressure count, or the average pressure count for the system is going to be 999 millibars. So like I said, let's go over these blue circles. You guys are probably like, what do these blue circles mean? These blue circles actually represent where the more significant tornado threats are going to be located at. So again, 4, 5, and 6 o'clock, right in this area that I've circled, right in southeastern Kansas, you know, majority of Oklahoma, or eastern Oklahoma, portions of southwestern Missouri, and northern Arkansas is where we're going to be seeing the highest chance for a significant tornado threat. And if you guys don't know what I mean by that, it means that, you know, if you guys don't know what a significant tornado is, it means it's either of an EF3 status or higher that is likely in these areas shaded in the bluer / more purple regions. Like I said, right in these circles right here. I'm just going to circle them just so you guys can see them a little bit more clearly. 4, 5, and 6 right here is where we're going to be seeing the highest chances for a significant tornado happening somewhere in this region along this convective squall line frontal system. So like I said, you can see we got 3,000 Cape actually hatched right here just above this, you know, where 5 o'clock is supposed to be hatched. You even got 3,100 joules per kilogram down here. We got, I think was it, I can't even read. Okay, 5,200 joules per kilogram. It's kind of hard for me to read this. Jesus. Right about here. And then 4,000 joules per kilogram. A little less down here, but still a very charged atmosphere to say the least. And then we got, like I said, this is going to be a very, very intense system. Significant tornado threats extending from southeastern Kansas, you know, and northern Oklahoma around 4 o'clock when these cells start entering the area, just east of Norman, if not right on Norman, Oklahoma. And then running through 5 o'clock is going to be right here. So then the hatched risk of severe, not severe, but significant tornado threat is going to be in eastern Oklahoma and northwestern Missouri. That's going to be at 5 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Extending into 6 o'clock, it's going to be moving a little further to the east in mainly southern portions of Missouri and most of Arkansas, as you can see right there. And then 7 o'clock, it's supposed to diminish slightly, actually heading further to the south. I wouldn't even doubt if there was a significant tornado threat extending into eastern, southeastern Missouri and northern Arkansas right there. But like I said, baseball-sized hail size or greater is likely with this system. So, like I said, let's read the notes down here. So, you guys have a little bit of perspective of what's going on. We got 4,000 CAPE, 4,000 joules per kilogram CAPE expected over north central Oklahoma. This is, again, issued at about, or this is going to go into effect around 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time and moving onwards through 9 o'clock. So, like I said, 4,000 CAPE expected in this region, 4,500 CAPE expected over east central Texas. Heavy downpours from South Texas to southern Arkansas are likely. I wouldn't doubt if there was a flash flood watch issued in that particular zone, heading from southern Texas through Louisiana all the way through southern Arkansas in that region. Again, as I mentioned, baseball-sized hail is significantly higher in Texas and central Oklahoma in relation to a lot of other places I've looked at for the severe potential for today. So like I said, baseball size or greater is highly likely. Grapefruit size hail is also likely here. Or as Reed Timmer would say, gorilla hail. Powerful downdrafts and updrafts likely due to that higher level of convection and that CAPE extending along that convective line of cells as likely to form. It's likely due to, like I said, high helicity and vorticity readings that I've seen. They're very high. And if you guys don't know, storm movement, average storm movement for the entire for this entire line of cells is actually going to be to the east-southeast. It's not going to be heading so much to the northeast. In this particular moderate hatched zone, it's actually going to be heading to the southeast, just so you guys have a little bit of reference. And these speeds are going to be in the range of 50 to 60 miles per hour, 50 to 60 mile an hour southeasterly moving storms. So just be on the lookout for that. Warm inflow from the southwest in the Gulf. Again, we got a lot of moisture in the Gulf right here, extending through Alabama, Mississippi, and heading straight into this low pressure region and along that dry line front that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, like I said, a lot of high, joule readings, joule per kilogram readings, a lot of that CAPE. We do have a hatched risk of some tornado threats actually in Iowa and Illinois, right in this region, but it definitely is not as high as in Oklahoma and Arkansas right there. So, like I said, just keep a lookout for that. Again, the main risks going into effect around 4:30 through 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time today are going to be flash flooding, significant hail threat, really large hail, damaging winds, damaging straight line winds, and significant tornadoes in the areas that I have mentioned. So like I said, I would just keep an eye on this. So like I said, I'm going to just emphasize this as much as I possibly can. Stay up to date with your local National Weather Service agency. Check in with the Weather Channel because I know they're going to be covering this to all heck. And like I said, just pay attention to any other YouTubers that are going to be covering this live. I do not plan to cover this live due to I just have a lot of other stuff to do later. I would love to do this, and I would have to do this if I had free time because it's my duty, on this YouTube channel to be covering severe weather and protecting the public. But unfortunately, I have stuff to do. It's really, really important stuff. But anyways, like I said, just stay up to date with your local National Weather Service agency. Follow Reed Timmer on Twitter and on his YouTube channel. He's a very good storm chaser. He has a PhD. Go follow him. Ask him questions, and you guys should be good with that. But like I said, just to repeat the risks, significant hail, significantly large hail, damaging winds, tornado, and flash flood threats in the areas that I've described. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this, go right the heck ahead. It's free to reuse. I'm not copywriting this under any sort of circumstances. If you guys want to take a picture of this and retweet it or fix it up or make your own weather chart based off of this one, go right ahead. Again, I would just make sure go to the National Weather Service, website and look at their charts. They're a lot more neatly pictured than mine. I am no certified meteorologist in the slightest, but I do know enough as to where I can draw up some pretty considerable conclusions and getting them rather accurately. So, like I said, I think that'll be it for this live stream. I'm going to cut it a bit short. Let's actually go to the close-up. Let's look at the chat. We have anything? No, we do not. All right. So, anyway, guys, stay safe. Have your iPhone ringers turned on in the case, that emergency comes through your phone. A weather alert comes through your phone. Have a weather radio if you have it. Make sure you have some freshly charged batteries. Have a flashlight. Have your first aid kit ready, especially if you live in these areas just in case. But like I said, stay safe. Stay up to date with those National Weather Service, website, alerts. And, yeah. Don't forget to like this live stream and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this live stream, like I said, share this live stream to a lot of people. Share it to a lot of people. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, do whatever you can. If you're seeing this later, or if you're seeing this as it's happening, make sure you share this so you can, talk to your relatives or your friends about this. Anyways, enough jabber. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video or live stream coming soon, hopefully. Stay safe, everybody.